Well, welcome to the 700 Club. Millions of Americans along the East Coast are bracing for a possible record-breaking snowfall this weekend. Just an inch of snow has already created chaos with traffic in some areas.
The storm could bring historic amounts of snow to some regions, up to 2 feet, and in other places could get hit with high winds and blizzards. Caitlin Burke has the story.
After a slow start to winter, the East Coast is about to feel the full force of it in what could be one giant snowstorm.
The thing that has us worried with this storm is just the depth of the snow and the potential for wet snow.
At least 15 states are under winter storm watches today, from North Carolina to Boston, with people wondering if this storm will really be as bad as forecast, and officials saying better safe than sorry.
We don't want to overreact, but we encourage people to start getting prepared.
Potential blizzard conditions are expected along the I-95 corridor, especially near D.C., New York, and Philadelphia. Less than 2 inches of snowfall overnight was enough to cripple that same area. Just outside of D.C., cars were stuck on roadways for hours.
So I drove home from work, and I'm not used to driving in snow, so it was pretty rough driving home, and it took a while.
Ahead of this next storm, officials say stay off the roads. The National Weather Service warning that conditions will be life-threatening. The worst of the storm is forecast to hit Friday through Saturday, but some snow is expected to continue through Monday morning. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.
Well, I hope you're all stocked up because please stay off the roads. If you're not used to driving in snow, please stay home. Well, in other news, less than a week after being released from prison in Iran, Pastor Saeed Abedini is heading back to the United States. John Jessup has that story from our CBN News Bureau in Washington. John?
That's right, Gordon. Pastor Abedini is expected to be home tonight after 3.5 years, in Iran. And for the first time since his release, we're now hearing from him directly about what it's like to be free. The American Center for Law and Justice worked for Saeed's release when he was in prison. Chief Counsel Jay Sekulow spoke with him while he was receiving medical treatment at a U.S. military hospital in Germany.
Let me ask you, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Today was like my first day, of my life, so I found I was born again.
Yeah.
So, being born again.
Pastor Saeed is an American citizen who was thrown in prison by the Islamic regime for charges related to his Christian faith. Police in Iraq say a pair of powerful Shiite militias are behind the abduction of 3 Americans kidnapped in Iraq last week. Unknown gunmen seized them Friday from a private residence in a neighborhood in Baghdad. A police commander said no one can do anything in that neighborhood without the approval of those militias. It was the latest in a series of recent high-profile kidnappings. Well, here at home, some good news on the health front. More and more Americans are living past 100. That's according to the Centers for Disease Control. Experts say better medicine and public health efforts are helping Americans live longer. Life expectancy a century ago in 1915 was just over 52 for men and 57 for women. So people who are 100 today are basically doubling their expected longevities. And people over 100 include all groups, men and women, whites, blacks, and Hispanics. And Gordon, that's good news for all of us.
It is good news, and also means we're going to be working longer. We won't be able to retire quite as young if we're going to be living to 100.